Oh no, I think we dropped off again.
Nope.
Oh no, I got an ad. Never mind.
That's just kidding. Okay.
I think we're good. I don't know why.
Just got excited about Valvoline. That's okay.
I got
I'm like, wait a
HBO
minute,
ad.
I'm gone. What happened to me?
Do we know how far away this chief is? That a thing we should ask, or is that a thing that we know about? Like, how far is this away?
I think she could have indicated that you're going to travel a couple days, 2 or 3 days to get there.
So we're looking at a minimum of 4 days. Delay.
Right, and to get back here, yeah.
And then however long and then that's just 4 days for the trail to go cold.
That's true too. And it's raining.
And it's raining. Yeah, I'm torn.
Floods, muddy, all that good stuff. I'm not trying to railroad you anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Because I'm torn because there's also something to be said for making nice and having allies. Because if we might need help.
So let's step back a little bit. I remember we had a conversation with Kirdan, or was it Elrond before last week? 2 weeks ago, last session. Do you remember what? Yeah. Do you remember what we were sent out to do? What was the goal? What we were trying to do?
I mean, I think it was mostly to help Helith, right? If there's this bad dude from the south,
yeah,
we wanted to take care of.
I mean, the very first thing we were supposed to do is meet those folks at the crossroads, and then we met Helith, and everything kind of tripped after that.
Right, but we went back to Rivendell, right, and one of the Breedmen had a fell wound. It wasn't a regular wound, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and then we had that conversation about Helith and Gorlank, and returning, or at least returning news of the deceased to the Bree folk, right? And I think the thought was to catch up with Helith and find out more about this fell weapon or whatever it was that wounded the Bree representative. And once that was resolved, I think Daphne wanted to notify the next of kin of these guys in Bree. I always step back to that to bring, maybe that helps us decide what we want to do.
I think as we are conversing, eventually Daphne goes, okay, but if we're not going to go with them to meet the chief, one of you has to tell them, because I don't want to see the looks of disappointment on their faces when they realize that we won't be traveling with them after all.
Oh, I'm happy to do so.
Are you happy?
It's a figure of speech.
She almost got you there.
She did. I can see the edges turning just a little bit. Do you deliver that news, Nindor?
Trying to find Zanhavi, I regret to inform you that 2 days' travel out of our way would put Helith farther away than we would like. We will not go with you to your chief, but we hope that you gain the permission you need to do the right thing.
Ask if we can have Thunderbolt. Daphne's whispering from the behind.
We would like to return Helith's horse to her.
I think you can see a look of approval on Zanhavi's face, and she kind of gestures back to her people, and one of them is bringing Thunderbolt forward, and she takes his reins, and she says to Nindor, she hands the reins to Nindor, it is unfortunate you can't travel west with us, but what you're doing is good.
Perhaps another time.
Perhaps.
Then I'm done. I'm done with him.
Yeah. And they circle up. They kind of jostle some things around, and they're heading out west. And you have another horse, not a pony. I think there's a difference. But yes, Thunderbolt is a horse. I think it still has a lot of Helith's gear on it.
Does it have the map that Farron gave Helith when we met?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't want to decide. Yes.
Need a die of fate mechanic.
I know. I'm like, let's roll a die. Yes, let's say the map is there. There's a map there.
Nice.
That makes most sense, right? Because unless she's actually using it, she's probably going to put it away someplace, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you find that original map there. It's not, it's not to scale, but where she's headed, or where she indicated she's headed, it's probably just in the border of the Coldfell, or at least north enough that Zanhavi was reluctant to go that far. You can trek it out there. We don't have to do a journey thing for that. Or you can see if you can pick up her trail and tracks and go that route. Or if you've got a different idea, I'm open to suggestions.
I think I'd be inclined to try to use the map to give us a general direction, but then see if we can pick up her trail if she deviated from that at some point along the way.
I like that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the answer is both. Yes.
I'm good with both. That just means I have more questions. How's that go down? What's that look like? Talk to me. How do you folks do that? How do you do both?
That's a good question. Because I was thinking we would, because Zanhavi would have been able to say, this is where we found the horse,
Yeah, absolutely.
This is where the checks went. So we have like a starting point.
Yes. Yeah, that is true.
I almost imagine it like we could kind of be following the tracks, and then, because we've established it's raining and weather up here, like anytime the tracks become kind of a little unclear, we can kind of work under the assumption that she was following this map, so we can use that to like fill in the blanks.
I like it. I like it. So let's roll some dice. And I think, so what I don't know is hunting, or is hunting tracking too?
Oh, is there a skill? Oh, there is a skill called hunting. It's good.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump up here to the skill list to take a look.
It makes it sound like hunting is really like hunting and trapping prey.
Oh, all right, cool. Let's make, unless someone has an idea. Yeah.
That's the closest thing I can think of.
Let me take a look at explore. I could go either way. Yeah, I'll go either way. I'll let you guys decide, because you'll have to choose who among you is going to lead that effort, right? And then who's supporting, and if there's other things going on as we're making this travel. And again, this is mostly more north than west as we go to the edges of the Trollshaws, up into the bottom of the Coldfells.
What were you thinking our other option was besides explore?
Hunting.
Oh, okay.
because I was thinking hunting here in this game was probably more like tracking.
Gotcha.
And so I went to go check. But explore could work too. I'm not opposed. And so then we're down to who's going to make that check to continue to not lose the tracks, right? You have a map, so I would throw a bonus die in for having the map,
Nice.
right? See, I'm getting used to the bonus die thing.
I like it. You don't need to get used to penalties. Just work on bonuses this session.
Yeah.
I got to do it in stages, man.
You don't have to eat it all in one bite.
Yeah, I've got a 2 explore. I don't know what y'all are sitting at.
1 is the loneliest number, and it's also the number I have in Explore.
All right, well, I'm happy to lead this roll. I mean, I'm the treasure hunter. I'm used to finding my way through things. So
No, that works.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've got 2 folks to help support this role. So
if they want to spend the hope on it, but I've got a bonus die because I have a map.
We
Yes.
each started with 1 hope.
No,
Right.
No. You
Yeah.
should have. It depends on your culture, but
Right.
it's going to be based on your heart or something.
right.
Okay. So like my heart score is what I start with in hope. I'm sorry, hope score is
as an elf. Your starting hope is heart +8.
okay. I thought that was, for some reason I thought that was the max. So
No, that's what you start with. Yeah, I mean
Right.
it is your max, but it's what you start at.
cool.
And don't forget, you have fellowship points or fellowship score.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Then I will spend a hope to help out.
okay, yeah, that makes because you can help with explore, so that makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh, and then because I'm your focus,
mhm.
I think I might get 2 dice. Fellowship.
Oh, for helping, yes.
Hmm.
If you receive support, if you receive support from your focus,
Right.
so never mind. Okay, that's fine. That's still 1 die. That's good. Okay, so that's a lot of dice. That's fine. Oh, I rolled an eyeball. 7. That's terrible. However, if everybody agrees, I can spend a fellowship point to re-roll because I got an eyeball result.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that'll do it. 17 with 1 extra success.
Nice. I like it. You said 1 extra success?
Yeah, I got 1 6.
Ooh, nice. That is going to work for you here.
That was obviously from Nindor's help.
All right. So I think you spend, right? Let me check my map here. I think we kind of get a montage, right? Because it's about 2 days of travel, right?
Oh, okay.
Right? And camping, right? Headed north, following the map, you've got early on some strong signs of Heleth's trail. And Thunderbolt's kind of return as he comes from the north, headed back south, right? And so you can match those up as you're following the map, headed north. The trees become a little sparse. The land becomes more rugged, broken, wet, colder as you head north into the northern Trollshaws. Along the way, you can see, especially when you're down low and the land is up above, you
Is
can
that a short
see.
jump?
No, it was not a short joke because we only get one. Of course, it wasn't a short joke.
I think that's one per participant in the game.
Yeah, one per person. Just because I'm down lower to the ground.
Yeah, I think when you're down low, you can see the remains of or the ruins of old keeps, old towers that are dotting the broken landscape, and they're old, right? I think it's midday of the second day is when you can see the ruins of a larger keep, and it seems to correspond with your map.
Gotcha.
And of course, it's super downpour rainy when you see this place. You can be as far out from it as you want to. I don't have to walk you right up to it.
Sure.
But you can see it almost due north as you're traveling this rocky terrain, and you match it up with your map. This is where Helith was headed. Along the way, and again, her trail may have been spotty along the way, but as you get to this point, you pick up her trail again, and again, Thunderbolt's return headed south. You can match those up at this point, so you're pretty sure this is where she was headed.
Okay.
The structure is all ruins. There's no height or level. There's no second floor, third floor, anything like that. Most of what you see is rubble, broken columns, maybe the perimeter of the keep, the rocky parts that are left. No full walls are left. Everything's kind of in ruin and broken up, busted up. It's old, it's ancient. There's some overgrowth.
Is Thunderbolt behaving differently the closer we get to this?
That's a good question. I'm inclined to make you make a test unless you have a distinctive feature that helps you here. Then I'll just give it to you.
No, I don't think I think it's going to be a roll.
Okay. This feels like lore, but I could be convinced of something different. It feels like lore to me. I don't know if there's an animal handling skill. Awareness might be good. Let's take a look at that.
Or insight?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Insight. I like that.
I mean,
Yes.
the description of insight is more about people, but
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, no, I will take.
Animals are people too.
Yes, I will take insight. That's what I'm looking for. That's perfect.
All right. No, it's a 12, and I had to get a 13.
So close.
Yeah, so close. I don't think. So I think there is something with Thunderbolt, right? Thunderbolt isn't indifferent. Does that make sense? They feel some kind of way. And I say they because I don't know if Thunderbolt is male or female. They. So I'm good. And I don't want to decide.
But that could just be the rain. So could
Maybe.
be anything.
Maybe. What does Daphne think?
Daphne thinks that Thunderbolt really wants to have I'm gonna say his, I think I said his before, so I'm gonna go with that, his mane braided, and then he would feel a lot better.
Gotcha.
So that's her goal as we're walking along. Sticking flowers in it.
Right, nice. In the pouring rain.
In the rain.
That's fantastic. I like it. So what's the plan? Again, you can be as close or as far from the ruins of this keep as you like. You can see it long before, like I said, it's in the distance. You know that is it. It lines up with the map. How do you want to approach this?
Like what time of day was it you said as we're approaching?
It's a little after midday, but it's dark. It's overcast. You've got a nice heavy rain happening. It's been like that most of the morning.
So that's good cover at least, I guess.
That is true. Decisions. I like it.
Should we find a place to leave the horses and then go climb up on top of the ruins and see what we can see?
I mean, there might be people in the ruins.
Securing the mounts is a good suggestion. We should approach on foot.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Either way.
I'll scout ahead.
Hey.
Yes, you want to make that stealth check
Yeah,
that you like to make?
I do like to make it, and I blew it. Man. 2 on D12. Missed it.
You were doing so well.
Oh, wow.
So I think you get close enough to the perimeter, the what used to be the outer walls of the keep. And again, it's a stone structure, but it's all in ruins, right? At the most, it might the walls or go ahead.
Actually,
What skill
I
did you
think
just
I
roll?
got. I'm sorry. It looks like the reference is pointing to heart score for stealth, and isn't stealth under
Stealth is
wits?
Yeah.
And my wits is a 6, therefore my target's a 14, which means I hit it. Sorry, I was just looking at it and trying to figure out why it says 17, and I didn't hear what you said because my brain
Gotcha.
was.
Oh no, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's good. So you're saying when you hit,
I got
stealth,
14 exactly,
right?
and
But
stealth
brought
is
up-
under wits,
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
my target was 14, so I hit it exactly.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Because I thought my target was 17 because that's what.
Oh,
popped up.
okay, gotcha. I thought maybe I wired it up wrong and it was showing you the wrong
No,
thing.
I think you did. I think you
Okay.
did wire it. Oh, well, weird. Now I just clicked it up and the reference says 14, which is correct. I don't know. I probably hit the button wrong.
That's fantastic. All right. So I think, which is actually good, because I was stumbling here. I thought you was going to make that. So I think
Did.
you approach the outer walls. At its highest point, it's probably maybe 4 feet. But again, it's all rubble. It's inconsistent. You've got spots you could probably sneak up and hide behind, but you're low, right? And you're down in the rain, in the mud. But as you get close, you can see over some parts of the outer wall and a pole on the inside, there's a tarp, and you can hear some voices. And they're grumbling and moaning and griping because they can't get a fire started. They speak whatever men speak, so it's not Elven, it's not Dwarf, right? Sounds like 2 men.
Look back to Daphne and Farron to creep closer. Do they have any weapons? Do they look like brigands? They sound miserable.
There are weapons. You can see bows unstrung. You can see axes. They don't look like soldiers or hardened warriors, but they don't look like highwaymen or brigands either.
I'll move back and all three of us can approach. They do not seem to be brigands, but I did not see Keleth among them.
I mean, if they're not rangers and they're hanging out in ruins in the middle of the cold trails, they're probably not good people.
Why would you assume that? That's not very generous of you.
This is where Hellas Trail led directly to, so something might have happened here.
Well, Nendor said they didn't even have a fire going. I don't think people who can't build fires in rain are bad people. Bad people can build fires anywhere. It's like a rule.
Is it? I could build a fire. I could build a fire in the rain. Am I bad people?
No, you're skilled. It's completely different.
See how that's different?
Let's approach them with advantage.
Perhaps we should do to them what the Rangers did to us.
Surround them.
Perhaps a little more violently.
All right. Is that the plan? To approach?
Stealthily and try to get the drop on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapons at the ready.
All right. I'm going to let you keep your stealth roll. I think that works. I don't have a problem with that. So you tell me where everyone is and how you want this to go down. I think you get the drop on. I'm going to let your stealth roll ride. I think they're busy trying to get this fire going, bitching back and forth. And it's raining, right? They totally are caught unawares by surprise. They're like I said, it's the corner of the ruins where they could anchor part of the tarp. They've got a pole where they can make the tarp rise, right? And they're just kind of, and it's not a whole lot of space. It's not a big area, not a whole lot of room. They've got some stuff in the corner that they're trying to keep dry. You can see, like I said, their bows, some axes. How do you want this to go down?
I think Daphne would offer to climb up on the ruins a little bit to get above them and have her bow drawn. So if they try to run or do anything, she's got the drop on them.
Nice.
Daphne on Overwatch.
I think that's dangerous.
Don't worry, I won't get distracted. I promise.
Hopefully, there's no animals up there.
Farron, Nindor?
I don't. For some reason, I just had this image pop into my head of Farron just kind of coming around the corner with his hand on his axe and just being like, "Need some help."
Nindor?
Nindor has his spear at the ready, and he'll let Farron make his opening statement.
Yeah, fully intending to scare them.
Yes. I think they are spooked, right? Okay, they are spooked. They are scared. I think one guy reaches out to try to grab his bow, but realizes, right, they're unstrung, right? I think the other guy bolts and runs for it. Because there's always a runner.
Well, they got to run.
Yes.
Sounds like a job for a tall person.
Yes. What are we doing?
I happen to be swift.
Yes. Oh, yes, you are.
So I would like to chase him down and maybe trip him up with my spear. I don't plan on throwing a spear at his back or anything.
Yes. That's a simple spear check.
It is. All right. I'm going to add in the extra D12 from being swift, if that's okay.
That is okay.
That's a distinctive feature?
Yes, it is. So I could spin a hope and get 2 dice, right?
No, it doesn't add D12s.
Right. You're right. I said D12, but
Yeah, you can.
yeah.
If you spend a hope, you can add 2d6.
correct. I will.
Yeah.
I'll add 2. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'm rolling.
Oh yeah, there
And
you go.
let me double check. I think my reference. I got the right. Okay. Oh, I got an 11. That's the eye, isn't it?
That's the eye. It counts for nothing. So let's talk about the eye for a minute.
12. That's still
That is the Eye of Sauron. We're not using
15.
those rules yet, but we will in a few sessions. So they don't mean anything other than you just don't count them, unless that's the only thing, and then it's total failure. But later on, they will start to carry more weight when we add in the Eye of Sauron rules, right? Once we're familiar with what we've got, we add some more complexity.
Do we want to spin the fellowship to reroll, or just I'm okay with not at this point. It does seem like it's not enough stakes for. I mean, we're running short on Where are we storing fellowship? I don't even know what our total pool.
I wrote it down on my sheet, so we have 2 of 4 right now.
I would.
And by the next time we play, I will have a shared campaign sheet that we can.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
So at this point, I think I'll just miss, unless somebody.
I mean, you
really
have
wants
Daphne on Overwatch, so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So what does that look like? The miss.
I think it's a thing where Nindor chases after the guy. It's rainy. It's muddy. He tries to whip out the spear, and it clips against a low-hanging branch and throws off Nindor's attack. And then the guy ducks around a bush, and he's out of Nindor's range right now.
Nice. I think that means he's on the outside of this ruined wall section, right? So he get past you. He's out of the tarp, right? He's outside of the ruined walls, not free and clear, but he's got that free and clear feeling in his heart, right?
Free and clear feeling's a lie, I think.
That's why. The other guy, like I said, he went to reach for his bow, right? But his brain clicks in and, hey, it's not strung. It's not going to do me any good, right? So I think he kind of backs down, right, to see what happens next. We'll see how this plays out. What's Farron and Daphne doing?
I'm probably like, is this guy sitting or standing?
In between. I think he was seated, right? And then... Yeah, he was trying to get up, so I think he's in between. I think he's in that awkward. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think as he starts to realize he's not going to go for his bow, but I think I'm still going to walk over and just put a nice firm hand on his shoulder to get him to sit down.
Sit back down. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Daphne?
I am going to kind of track the runner with my bow, and I want to try to get his little cloak or cape or whatever he's got hanging off of him and just peg him to the spot and
nice.
Stop his run.
Gotcha. All right. And that's, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not quite sure what sort of role that takes.
No, so this is just going to be a simple bows roll. We're not, it's a conflict, but we're not in combat, right? So this is a simple bow test.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I got a 12.
Ooh, got it.
Bam.
Nice. And I think it happens just like that, right? You pin him through his cloak in the mud.
And I, as soon as I see that he's kind of stopped off by that, I'll shout down through the rain like, "I can patch that for you later. Apologies."
Apologies. Nice. I like it. So I'm gonna call these 2 guys subdued. What do you want to do with them?
No, I mean, I guess. I probably before I want to question, I just want to see. I'm gonna like rummage through their stuff. No, I don't know. I mean, probably just questioning him is the best.
do they, now that we're kind of, I guess we're closer to one of them and the others may be a little further away, do they have any distinctive gear markings that we hadn't seen on our initial flyby?
The men, one is Barding, the other is Bree. They've got other gear stashed away in the back corner. Again, like I said, under the tarp, they were trying to keep dry. It looks like saddlebags and packs like that. One is travel gear, rations, fruit, some vegetables, some pans. Who's rooting through here?
Yeah, I was gonna root through it because I just want to see if there's something obvious that.
Sure. The other bag is a saddlebag that matches the bags that are on Thunderbolt. In that bag is we have here. It's like a bowling ball, but maybe the size of a bocce ball. You know bocce ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about that size, but it's got the feel and the texture of and the smoothness of a bowling ball.
I don't like what you're putting out there.
That's fine.
I know where my brain went, and I'm like, is this?
It's fine.
Is this as bad as I think it is?
It's good. It's fine. As you're rummaging through that, so I think you're rummaging through the supply stuff, and the guy on the seat is cool, and then you go in the other pack, and he immediately starts talking, and he's like, "We found that. That's
really?
it's and we didn't kill her, right? So it's just it was there. It looks like it's worth something, so we took it, but we didn't kill nobody."
You said her.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We didn't kill her. She was dead when we got here.
Where's she? Where?
And then he kind of looks. Like I said, this is kind of a keep structure, or was. It's in ruins, but he looks kind of to the far corner from. It's almost exactly opposite from where they set up at, right?
Yeah.
And he looks kind of over in that direction, right? He said that we didn't. That's not us. We didn't do that, man. It's Lord of the Rings, so maybe he didn't say man, but
sure,
said, we didn't do that.
I'll move over to examine.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this dude.
Yeah, it's Helith, and she's dead.
What killed her?
A fight. She's got slashes. You can see in her cloak, in some of her clothing. She was in a fight.
You said they have axes and bows. What kind of weapons does it appear killed her? Was she stabbed or was she slashed up?
I would say swords slashed up, or stabbed if swords stab. I would say it's not axe work.
Well, it seems that our quest to find Helith is at an end.
That's unfortunate. I feel like I want to, I don't know, put some fear in these guys and make sure they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure he's being truthful, I guess.
Yeah. How do you want to do that? What is that? How does that go down?
I kind of just imagine me standing there looking menacing, maybe having my axe out, like maybe over my shoulder, and I just want to stare him down because I can tell he's already nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's nervous because he's lying or if he's just nervous because he doesn't think we'll believe him. So yeah, I kind of imagine I'm just gonna Yeah, I just want to stare him down with my axe over my shoulder.
Right. You want to call it all?
That's kind of what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Is all? No. Well, we'll just go for it. Yeah, perfect. That'll do it.
Cool. He cracks, right? Because he wants to live, right? And he's telling the truth, right? As far as so they are both, because he name drops Gorlength, right? So they are followers of Gorlength, but they had just gotten up here and behind and late, and they're not sure where they're supposed to head to next, and got caught in the rain. Decided they were going to stay here, and they moved her body. Right, she was more central to where they are, and in moving that, they found her bag and these goods. Her stuff. Decide, hey, we'll keep this because it looks like it's worth something, right? And since they were going to stay here, moved her body back into the corner because it's a body and it's spooky. But they didn't kill her, and that's what he's stressing. I don't even know who that is. I think you could put it together that had the timing been different, right? These two would have been guys she would have apprehended or fought or brought back, right? In addition to Gorlength, if she could have found Gorlength too. So they're not completely innocent, but
yeah, because they're followers of his. So.
Right.
So I know there's not really like a burning wheel style greed check, but
yes,
I feel like Farron setting his eyes on that thing, that's going in my bag.
Oh yeah. That's fantastic.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
That's fantastic. I think I'm gonna end here. So let's do some last actions. Because when you put that in your bag, I want to say our next session, I want to talk about shadow points. Because I think we just earned some. Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
So that's the cliffhangers. We're going to talk about shadow points when we start the next session. But I want to leave Nindor and Daphne with some last actions before we wrap it up.
Yeah, that shadow point makes me scared. Dang it, dwarf.
Yeah, and that thing, that stone, it's like a deep cosmic balloon, right? That's and like I said, it's got the density, the weight, the form, the feel of like a bowling ball. Just smaller.
What does Daphne want to do? Or what does she do?
So I think if no one else is heading that direction, Daphne would head down and make sure the guy that she pegged doesn't unpeg himself and head off into the trees. So she'll kind of round him up. And I don't know what we're going to do with these guys, but he's not going to get away from whatever it is. And then she would probably want to bring Thunderbolt up so that Thunderbolt has an opportunity to process the loss of his master.
Nice. Very nice.
You will lead us to Gorlength or tell us where we can find him.
Wow. Okay. So are you persuading? Are you commanding? Is that intimidating? I'm going to make you roll for this because that is fantastic. I want to know what they're going to, I just want to know how they react.
Sure.
I didn't plan on ending on a test, but I like that.
I am looking at what I am good at.
So would I.
Awe is what, and I'm lordly, so I think command maybe would that fall under awe?
Yeah,
AWE?
yeah. I think
Okay,
all is good.
so that's where I'm going.
All right. And yes, lordly, if that's a distinctive feature that.
And I will spend a hope because, dear Lord, I'm tired of this.
Dear Lord. I will put, so I started working on that reference sheet and I will put it in roll. Jeremiah put one together about how you alter dice. And so I'll put it in roll so you can always pull it up or look at it.
That's right. Yeah. I should memorize that. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. I actually got a 10 on the D12. That is a very good success.
Nice.
24 against a 15 target. So, yes.
That's perfect. Yes, it is.
But no sixes.
Yeah. I think the one guy who's been sitting there the whole time, I think he breathes and his body relaxes, right? Like a sigh of relief, like, I'm going to live, right? And he says, as you will, of course. And I think that's it. I think that's where we leave it. Again, everyone gains 3 skill points at the end of every gaming session you attend. I expect that to change in the beta. Free League has a nice way of doing 1 point if you showed up, right? 1 point if you protected your focus, right? There's a list of things that get you. But I think for the alpha, they just kind of made a summary thing. So I think that'll change. And again, 3 adventure points at the end of every gaming session you attend.
And we can spend these right off the bat, right?
No, I think at the end of a fellowship phase.
Yeah, I think you can only spend them during fellowship phases.
Okay.
Yes, during fellowship phases, yes. Yes. All right, cool. So that is a wrap. And so let's do some outros, and then we'll say goodnight to everybody. Let's start with you, Rich Rogers.
You bet. Like you said, Rich Rogers. You can find me ORKLORD on Twitter, or just head to the Gauntlet-RPG site where you can find +1 Forward, the podcast that I do powered by the Apocalypse Games. We have the episode that just came out today is for Avatar Legends, the RPG. You've heard about this 2.5 million, 2.6 million Kickstarter. You want to hear a little demo from one of the game devs or hear more about it? This where it's at. Come check it out.
Very nice. Heidi Schlotman.
Yes, you can follow me at Heidi Schlotman. Twitter is mostly writing and RPGs. Instagrams are cats in costumes. That's what I got. That's where you can find me.
That's that cats in costumes?
Not yet, but that could happen. Right now, just cats and costumes.
It's a good way to get a bunch of scratches.
Yes. Jeremiah.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, but I retweet a lot of political stuff. So if that's your jam, my Twitter handle is pseudo idiot, or just under my name. It's easy to find.
Nice. I'm your host and lore master, Matt J. You can find me on Twitter at MattJ0, and I'm the host of the Diceology podcast. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you folks in a fortnight. Good night.
Good night.